Hello, everybody. I'm starting with an apology. Yet again, I failed to get the Zoom settings correctly set up. So, once again, this YouTube vlog is just me and not Gendle. Sorry about that. I mean, it is all about the podcast, really. It's about just, listening, not really watching. But he does actually, at one point during this podcast, mention his background, which I don't have because I didn't record it. But then Gendle doesn't really listen to these anyway. Certainly doesn't watch them. So I'll be fine until next week. I promise I'll have him on video next week. So sorry about that. Anyway, here's episode 10. Enjoy.
Hey, what are you doing? My name's Ed Lee. I'm a broadcaster, journalist, and probably more famously the three-time undefeated UK air guitar champion under the amazing sobriquet Dave Whoppercock, Satan, when I'm on stage. I'm here to introduce the 10th episode of Tim and Gen's Weekend podcast. I'm pretty stoked actually that I made it to the 10th introduction. It means that I'm in the top 10 most entertaining people that they can convince to do an introduction for a podcast. So overall, I'm pretty pumped. Enjoy.
Yes, Eddie. Brilliant. Wow. We've gone fully international.
But hang on. He didn't even say what it was, did he? Did he say what it was?
Yeah,
I did.
Yes, of course he
you
I
did.
even wrote it down on my notepad. I'm a
Oh,
professional these
He
days.
is a pro.
No more
He's a
winging
pro.
it.
Do you know what that was? That was me being so worried about what you were going to say, I couldn't actually take in what you were saying.
But when you asked me to do this, I had a little think about it, and I was like, okay, what's my relationship? Am I going to go more father of the bride with the speech, or am I going to go more best man? And I thought I'll keep it nice and neutral.
Oh, that was good. Like Gendle says, truly international, because we're beaming you in live from New Zealand, aren't we?
I know, other side of the world. It's 10:30 in the morning for me, 9:30 at night for you. So
well, yeah, we must stress that this is Sunday night for me and Gendle. We've broken the first rule of recording on a Monday, but we figured we'd get you in because we do like you, believe it.
And we've also not said a thing about, we're not allowed to say a thing about our weekends yet because we're going to pick this up in the morning and finish off our actual chat. So this is just a special break of the rules just for you, Eddie.
Oh, I feel very honoured. Thank you, boys.
But it does mean, of course, with you being in New Zealand, you've had your weekend. It's Monday morning, so come on, how was your weekend?
I'm a little bit fragile today. I went to we're completely free here. We can do whatever we want. We can't leave. It's like being in an open prison. New Zealand's an open prison right now. It's fantastic. I went to a 40th birthday that was put on by one of the most dedicated hedonists I've ever met.
Oh, really?
It was spectacular. It's been months in the planning, yeah. Kind of yoga lessons, dinners, short tennis, ice boxes, just filled with ice and then kind of punches or...
Wow.
It was ridiculous. The only downside of that is drinking cocktails in the sun in New Zealand. If you've ever been to New Zealand, you'll know this, but they talk about CFCs. This is the only conspiracy theory I buy into. They talk about CFCs, like destroying the ozone layer over New Zealand. It wasn't. I think it had something to do with letting off nearly 600 nuclear warheads down here between the 60s and the 90s. Has blown a hole in the ozone layer. That's just my personal theory.
Hang on.
The sun's quite strong here.
Hang on. I've told so many people that story. You've made that up yourself.
Yeah.
I've been peddling your conspiracy theories about the hole in the ozone layer for years.
It just seems insane, doesn't it? That little bit of versus the most powerful bombs man's ever created let off in one spot for 40 years.
Yeah. That's
Makes
true,
more
actually.
sense. Makes more sense.
Wool eyes.
Hey, Eddie, we should probably let the listeners know, or you should, how you actually, because we're talking quite familiarly.
Hey, the end
here.
of that story was that I got sunburned. Sorry.
Oh,
carry on.
okay. You look fine. You still look quite pale on
Damn
screen. You're right.
CFCs.
Yeah. Tell everyone how you know me and Tim. Give a very brief. How do you? I mean, yeah, keep it brief. But how did you get to know us?
It's really simple. I met you boys at the Tamworth Snowdome. I believe, the longer my action sports broadcasting career goes on, and I get to study these sports, I believe we met in the golden era of snowboarding in the early 90s when they built Tamworth Snowdome. And I was working in Noah's Ark in Gloucester, a little snowboard shop, and you boys were the resident grommets of Britain's first indoor snowdome. And I got to come up and tease you, bait you, and sit in awe of how much better at snowboarding than me you were.
The golden age, because it was a lot easier back then. And standards were standards were less high.
Literally, if you could grab your board, you were good. If you could do a backflip, you were really good. If you could do a 540, well, you were straight up getting paid, baby.
So here's one for you then. Not without getting too geeky. How much better would we have all been if we'd have been using today's kit?
I don't think that much. I don't think kit's got that much better.
Don't you reckon?
Maybe I'm dreaming.
Lighter.
I got to ride some rental boots the other day, actually, and that was, I couldn't believe anyone could learn to snowboard riding rental gear. I was like, oh. I went in Hemel Dome and was just like, oh my God, this is impossible on full rental gear. So yeah, maybe people would be a lot better. I'm definitely better. I'm way better than I used to be.
Your bit, in fact, it's at this point we can do a very quick plug for Ed's socials. Go and have a follow. Go have a look at Ed over on the socials. You are.
It's pretty boring, really. My social game's really
mate,
informative.
I'm building up to something big because Ed is as he said, the best. He's snowboarding the best he's ever done. Ed has just double backflipped a massive jump onto an airbag at the age of 59 or however old you are. How old are you, Ed? You're like well old.
45.
45 chucking double backflips. And actually, the thing that I loved most about that post, you said loads of people are asking how this is possible, and you reverted to the Ryan Giggs approach, yoga. Daily yoga keeps you supple and bendy.
Is that the trick?
Yeah, luckily, definitely not having sex with my brother's wife.
Yeah. Yeah, not that.
I couldn't
Ryan
resist
Giggs.
that one.
Yeah, good, well done. Hey, so quickly, go on. What is your Instagram? Snow Edley.
Ed double
Snow Edley.
underscore Lee underscore something.
Classic link in
really
the show
hard
notes. Link in the show notes.
Yes.
You'll find Big Eddie.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that was terrifying though. Hitting a jump that big, even to an airbag. I haven't been that fast into a jump in years. Like
Really?
kind of face stretching.
What
this
was your
can't be
first
right.
trick
I'm
off it?
Definitely going too quick. Did a straight air, then did a couple of backies, and then the boys were at me, just niggling me.
You straight aired it the first time.
Yeah.
He can't spin. He can't spin.
No. Oh, you don't want to spin on that. It's
Oh man, it was impressive.
The fallacy of those airbags is that you get caught on them. If they're dry, so you want to get on that one early morning when the dew's still frozen on it, and then you slide. The moment they get in the sun and they dry up, they get sticky and your head gets wrenched off.
Oh, God. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Well, do you know what? That's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming and doing the intro for us.
Absolute pleasure, boys.
When are we seeing you? When are you heading over to these shores? Obviously, full summer over there, full winter over here. What's the plan?
Fingers
Ski
crossed. Yeah, I haven't left these shores. I said it's an open prison, but I've applied for New Zealand citizenship, which means I'll be guaranteed the ability to get back in and rejoin my family. Because as a permanent resident, there aren't really that many guarantees. So that should be in place if Ski Sunday goes ahead, which I'm hoping will start on January the 10th.
Well, hopefully we'll see you. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I will be listening. I can't wait to hear what you boys have been up to for the weekend.
Mate.
Tim's got to wait till tomorrow morning to find out. I'm not saying anything.
No, that's right. That is right. Big Eddie, we love you. Thanks. And,
cheers, Eddie.
I
Enjoy
love you,
the
boys.
podcast. Bye.
Big love. Big
So
love.
good to see you. Take care.
Cheers. Good old Big Eddie.
10% Eddie.
Yeah, tell everyone why he's called 10% Eddie.
Well, we call him 10% Eddie because only 10% of what he says is true.
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was because he added 10% extra
To every story.
Exaggeration to everything. And exaggeration to things.
I've never heard it called an exaggeration before.
I just made that up, I think.
Mate, that was good. That was really good.
That'll spread.
Me and you worked with Jan Simon, who at the time was snowboarding's first ever Olympic gold medalist. And in one of his interviews, you can only imagine that Olympians and medalists, more importantly, get asked the same questions so many times. And Gian told me and you that one of the times he was asked again, what was it that made you win? And he got so bored with replying, oh, blah, 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 that he made up on the spot that it was Tabasco sauce that he'd had for his breakfast. And Tabasco actually heard that interview and saw it. And so as a thank you, sent Gian Simon a load of Tabasco sauce, didn't they, with special labels?
Wasn't it one? I thought it was one special bottle with a label that said "Well done, Gian" or something.
That was it. Yeah,
it was like a special made bottle of Tabasco sauce just for Gian. And then I was living with Ed at the time, wasn't I? And I went back and told Ed that story. And go on, finish the story because I'm stealing it from you.
No, it's fine. And then Ed the very next week told us that same story back to us and said, added his exaggeration 10% on and said back to us that he'd heard that Gian Simon was getting his own pro line of Tabasco sauces.
And we were like, we told you that last week, Ed. He had one bottle and he was like, oh yeah. That's the one thing with Ed. When you pull him up on his exaggerations, I'm running with it. He literally just kind of dips his head and goes, oh yeah, okay.
Brilliant. But thank you very much, Ed Lee. And like we said, links to all of Ed's socials in the show notes. And it is very entertaining to watch him basically be the eternal Peter Pan that he is. Right, I'm going to start the clock.
Go.
We're in.
Ooh, we haven't started yet.
How you doing? I forgot, didn't I? How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. I'm going to be honest. After all my... you may hear my throat sounds a bit husky then. After all my...
Not had your double Berroccas? Not two Berroccas? Just smash two Berroccas. I'm never ill.
I have today. Well, this is it. After all my not being ill, I think this weekend I may have finally... Well, do you know what? It's been as Ronan Keating says, your weekend is a roller coaster. You just got to ride it. It's been ups and downs. But basically Saturday morning, I felt like death. And I was like, I'm actually ill. I am actually ill this weekend. And I had to go back to bed for a little bit in the day. And at which point, we were planning to do a cycle ride basically on Sunday. And everyone was kind of... I had to go on the WhatsApp group and basically admit defeat and go, guys, not looking good for me for tomorrow. I'm in bed. I think I'm going to be too sick to do it. And then,
Can I jump in here? Go on.
So
I saw on social media, you went for a ride with a mutual friend of ours called Jono Verity, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, I spoke to Jono on Friday, which is before all of this happened. And I spoke to him and I was like, oh, what you up to this weekend? You do anything good? And he said to me, yeah, I'm supposed to be going on a cycle ride with the lads. And I was like, all right, who's going? And he's like, yeah. And I went, Gen going with you? He went, well, he's invited, but he'll probably text us and go, I can't make it, it's too cold. Or
no.
Yeah, that's what he said to me. And this was before you even phoned him and was ill.
No, because last week, he's saying that because last week I didn't do it because we had a big job last week. And I pulled out last week of the lads ride because I was trying to be sensible before our big job. And so this week...
Don't bring me into it.
No, I mean, after you go in, don't go and get sick all the time. No, I was sensible last week. I did want to go, but I said, right, I'm definitely in next week, as in this weekend. Yeah, so that was why I was determined to not pull out. Like I was like, obviously, I actually really wanted to go. So when I started feeling genuinely ill on Saturday, I was like, this is really annoying. They're just thinking I'm pulling out again. when I'm like actually
You don't
feel
want
a
to be
bit
that
like death.
person either.
No. So I messaged them and went, I'm going to have a sleep now. It's not looking good, though, for tomorrow. And then, obviously, the replies were, as you'd expect, flipping little angry Frenchman, Pierre Préchere, kicks in.
Oh.
And they're giving me so much stick about not going on this ride and just, not like, I'll get better, don't worry, rest up. So then I decided to have a nap. I woke up and I just decided to not be ill anymore.
Oh, right.
And had every Berroccas and vitamin C under the sun. Still felt pretty rough, but then I did the ride on Sunday and kind of stepped up. And
hang on, you had a day to recover, so the ride wasn't even on Saturday.
No, the ride originally was meant to be Saturday, and then I don't know what Jono's harping on. Jono blew us all off on Saturday, and we all had to move it to Sunday. Just for him, because I've got to film something now. Can we do it on Sunday? So we all moved our plans to Sunday. But Saturday was the day I felt rough. So I basically had Saturday day to have a little sleep and try to feel better, in which that did actually help. And then...
Well, worth noting that we didn't get to bed until... We did a big job last week, didn't we? We didn't get to bed till 3 o'clock in the morning on Friday morning. So we were sleep deprived. Long day. We started at 6 the day before as well, so...
I think that was it. I think it was more run down than ill. So I'm sticking to my I never get ill. Although I did being
ill. That is being ill.
I did feel really ill.
Did you?
Yeah. But yeah, so basically Saturday was when I got up on Saturday and decided I wouldn't be ill because I wasn't going to let the boys down.
Yeah.
Me and Camilla went and got a Christmas tree that evening, wrapped up with every layer I've ever had on of clothing. And we went and got a Christmas tree. Yeah, you can see it behind me if you're watching on YouTube. There it is.
Well, I can only see a third of it.
That
side. Nice.
So
we've had a listener story in about getting a tree, but we'll save that till the listeners' stories about their weekend. We've had a nice one in.
What was your Saturday?
I grouted my bath on Saturday. I've got a leaky bath. So I had to try and re-grout it, but I've got spongy floors. So my floor in the bathroom is quite spongy. That coupled with a cheap bath, it doesn't make for a very nice watertight seal around the edge. So, in fact, this morning I've just had to re-silicone it again. So it now looks like, basically my silicone job around the bath looks like Dr. Frankenstein's monster's face. It's like a proper hatchet job, but I'm going to save some money up. Well, try and save money up over Christmas and then hopefully get someone to come and do it properly in the new year.
You're always grouting that bath,
mate,
and shower.
It's bloody bane of my life. Well, I did it Saturday and Sunday, to be honest. But there we go. I watched Mulan. Have you seen Mulan?
No, I've heard that's good.
Really good.
What was that on Apple Disney Plus or whatever?
Disney Plus, yeah. Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Got it free. Had to buy a new iPhone. Smashed my iPhone. So bought a new one. And when I did, I got a year's worth of Disney Plus with it.
Did you buy it outright?
Yeah.
What did you get?
Minted, aren't I? Minted.
Well,
I bought the cheapest one.
Which one? The
iPhone SE.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Has it got the wide-angle lens on it?
No.
Hasn't it?
No. I bought this. I mean, I say I bought a new phone. This was about 6 months ago.
Oh.
This wasn't on Saturday.
Did you have that when I saw you the other day?
Yeah, I've had it for about 4 months. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's sorry, the reason I said that is because it gave us Disney Plus for free for a year or something.
Yeah.
So that's good. But Mulan, really good. Watched it with Lila, me and Lila. Lucy was having a girly night with her friends. They were having cocktails over Zoom. So I shoved her into the spare room, this one, cold one. And then me and Lila sat down and watched Mulan and had a father and daughter bonding session. Nice. We had a late night cereal, which was nice.
I've never seen it. Even the original cartoon Mulan. What's it about?
I've seen the cartoon. It's about it's back in old China times, and there's somebody trying to kill the emperor of China, and so the emperor decrees that every family should give one man. But Mulan is from a family of just 2 daughters, and her dad is ill because he's already fought in the First War, and he's got bad knees and bad back. But obviously she loves her dad, and to stop him having to go back to war, she disguises herself as a little boy and she goes off to war. But she's blessed with inner chi. She can summon the spirits, and she can go, and so she goes, and of course she saves the world and kills everyone.
Cool. And
you don't have to watch it now.
And when does Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor go into it?
They're not in that one, are they?
No.
It's not Mulan.
No. Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge. Terrible joke. Absolutely terrible. So Saturday, a bit of a non-starter for me, really, and then rounded off the day with brand new bed sheets, which I don't think you can. Maybe new socks, but new sheets, man. That is
New sheets is
living
the
dream.
best. Where did you get your sheets from? What? How many ply or whatever you call it? What do you call it?
I say new. I meant washed. Just from the tumble dryer.
That's not new.
No.
So you're ending your highlight of your story with fresh sheets. And guys, the highlight, the big one, new sheets. When I say new, I mean just washed. Sheets.
That's what I meant. All right, let's turn our tide and turn the tables to our. I'm going to pause.
Don't you want to talk about the sheets a bit more, man? We didn't really get.
Let's not talk about the sheets. Right then, here we go. Let's find out what you lot have been up to.
Hey guys, hope you're both good. So this weekend, Em and I went for a walk to Epping Forest, went with a couple of mates, and we arrive at this huge driveway, which is always a good sign. Drive up this driveway to this beautiful farm, and then when we got there, we didn't really realise, but you then basically jump on the back of a trailer with a load of hay bales on, and then get pulled by a tractor. So it's a bit like country life banana boating, basically. And the guy's like, oh, do you want to go bumpy or do you want to go smooth? Obviously bumpy. And, we did kind of realise at that point that maybe it was meant more for families, but luckily there was a couple of kids there who their parents couldn't get on, so we had a couple of stunt double kids get on our trailer with us, so we didn't look too sad. But off we cruised down this bumpy track, and then 10 minutes later, you arrive in this massive field. They give you a saw, and you're unleashed to go and get your own tree. That was it. Off you go. Pick your tree, chop it down, drag it back. Hunter-gatherer vibes. It was honestly like the single-handed most Christmassy thing we have definitely ever done. And it's the biggest and best-looking tree we've ever had, and it was the cheapest. I mean, it was win-win. Yeah, that was how much fun we had. It was brilliant. Hope you guys had fun. Big love. Bye.
Oh, that's nice.
Good story.
Seb Henja in London. Thanks, Seb, for getting in touch. Is that what you did? Did you go cut yours down?
No, that sounded way more fun. We went up to the place that we always go to that is literally 5 minutes. I think our whole trip to get the Christmas tree probably took us about 25 minutes. We pulled the first one out. Yeah. Said, no, not that one. Lifted the second one out. That one looks nice. Yeah, I like that one. We'll have that one. Second tree.
Done.
Okay. But remember, I was feeling a bit ill, so we were quick.
Weren't you ill? You're always ill. In fact, hang on.
No, I'm not.
You were chatting, right? You were chatting just a few weeks ago. You said on this very podcast that we've got a tradition. We go and we get the first tree. And the reason you went to get the first tree is because you were ill.
No.
That's how that tradition started. So basically what you're telling me is you're always ill this time of the year.
When I get a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the pattern. I so desperately don't want to get a Christmas tree. Yeah. But no, because I saw Seb. Seb was on our bike ride yesterday, and he was telling me about this. The old "give it to us, bumpy" on the tractor. Sounded fun. But he was. But yeah, he said their tree was quite cheap. They were expensive in London, though.
Well, do you know what I a couple of weeks ago I was telling you about my tree and how I pay this £5 extra for St Giles Hospice to come and pick it up. That's gone up. Went to book it the other day. It's £10. It's gone up a tenner. Yeah.
Flipping heck.
But there you go. Plus you got to give a bit to charity as well, haven't you? But there you go. It's all for charity, and that is what is good. Now, last week, you had also binge-watched Little Mix...
Pick a Mix.
The Search. but you thought that somebody missed out on a trick, because you think that actually, rather than it being called Little Mix The Search, the TV show should have actually been called Little Mix Pick and Mix.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. You should.
Now we've had Tim Ackroyd in East London get in touch, and he has also kind of discovered something that was named incorrectly, and he sent us a little voice memo. So have a listen to this.
All right, Tim and Gendle, it's Tim Ackroyd here. I'm loving the podcast, chaps, and I especially enjoyed Gendle's pick and mix story last week, where he discovered a missed opportunity for a much better name. And I think I've found one too this weekend. I was in the park in Walthamstow with the kids, and one of the boys found a pebble which was kind of beautifully painted on one side, and on the other side it said #Rocks of Walthamstow. Now, what I've discovered is the idea is you find these stones, you hide them somewhere else, and you take a photo and people can follow the journey on Instagram. But that's not the point. The point is, why on earth did they name the #Rocks of Walthamstow when they could have named it Walthamstones? Anyway, have a good week, guys. See you soon.
Exactly. Oh, they should have done. Oh, I'm so glad.
Stones.
He really took a while to get there, but when he got there, it was worth it. Thanks, Hackers. That was good. Walthamstows.
Walthamstows. Why didn't they call it Walthamstones?
Yeah, idiots. They should have done. Oh, I like this theme. If anyone else has got things they should have called something else, keep them coming. I like it.
Absolutely, yeah. Get in touch. We are at Tim_and_Gendle on social media. Find us on Instagram, and you can drop us a little message and tell us where has what are we going to call it? Where has a missed opportunity for a succinct, better name change?
Yeah, just call it. Should have called it this because it's better segment.
Yeah,
something.
Doesn't really
We'll think of something catchier.
I was going to say as well, last week when we came off the record, I checked Instagram and we had a message from Sam, who basically, we missed the message obviously because we'd just done it, so I said we'd read it out this week. She said, "Hi Tim and Gendle, Saturday was my 30th birthday and my boyfriend planned a whole lockdown Disney day for me. He made me breakfast, lunch and dinner, which was food you get from Walt Disney World. Mickey waffles, Woody's lunchbox, cheese toasty and corn dogs and tater tots. And for pudding, we had grey stuff." I don't know what grey stuff is. "It's delicious," she said. "He bought me a Magic Kingdom board game and he got me a cardboard VR headset so I could watch the fireworks and cry. It was such a good day. And as lockdown birthdays go, I think it was the best." So thanks, Sam. I should have kind of seamlessly linked that into your Mulan story, but I only just remembered. So sorry we missed that last week, Sam. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Sam. Get in touch. Let us know what you've been doing this weekend or any weekend. In fact, just get in touch. Okay, start the timer again. Get back to our 20 minutes. This is all unedited, people. I know you think that we're skilled. Okay.
No edits.
Right then.
Where do we have kind of gone a bit
Sunday.
like all over the place with time, haven't we, this week? Sunday, yeah. Sunday morning. Well, Sunday morning I was up at 8 for my ride, begrudgingly, because obviously at this point I was just doing it out of sheer stubbornness.
How did you feel?
Terrible. I had a lemsip as soon as I woke up. I opened the curtains and it was rainy, so then I sent the text of shame and hope saying, "Are we still doing this, guys? It's raining." And Jono replied with, "Yes, we are. I'll be at yours in 5 minutes, Gendle." And I was like, oh.
How many miles did you do?
We did 65k.
Whoa! Stop it.
I know.
Did you honest?
Yeah, 65k. Okay. We were meant to do 70, but it got a bit too grueling and cold by the end of it. It was just...
Let me just paint the picture for the listener, because you all... normally when you picture some middle-aged men... Well, it's the classic, innit? It's MAMMALS, the acronym... Middle-aged man in lycra. That's you get to this age and you start to you start to kind of think, what can I spend my money on here? I know we'll buy nice bikes. Now, all of you four do have very nice road bikes. We are all partial to a road ride every now and then. But, and this is where the difference is, rather than a group of fat, middle-aged men out riding bikes in tight lycra and all the flashy gear, you've all got really nice bikes. But that's where it ends, because when you lot posted that picture, I was roaring with laughter. You essentially look like four bin men off to work.
Yeah.
Tracksuit bottoms, you're in your Adidas, Jono's in his Vans skate shoes, you've got a woolly hat under a kid's medium helmet. Jono's got a helmet from 1932. Dom Harrington is wearing his 8-year-old Olympic snowboard coat under a bib that he looks like a road worker.
To be fair, Dom has got the right kit, and Dom saved a lot of us. Like Dom's actually quite well kitted out, but we had to stop off at Dom's house on the way to collect him, and he basically came out with extra. We were there, and he was like, "You wearing that? Really? Are you wearing those things?" So he sorted me out with a pair of his Team GB kind of legging tracksuit bottoms, because I had like my other like rubbish
jeans
ones. Yeah, and he was like, "You guys haven't got waterproof shoes? They haven't got anything waterproof?" And he's like, "I can give you these plastic bags." So me and Jono both had plastic bags in our trainers because we knew we were going to get soaking wet feet. So Dom's actually quite well equipped. Seb's not bad either. He's got the right stuff. But me and Jono just look like bin men on a ride. Mate,
you had your 3/4 length green Liam Gallagher Parker on. I saw in one picture.
No, actually, that's a new coat.
Oh, is it?
Have you know, that's a new recently purchased coat. It's very similar to that one, that Parker coat. But it's actually waterproof. This one.
Oh, is it?
It's quite good. Yeah, no, it's a good.
I just had visions of you riding around Epping Forest, absolutely sodden. Soaking wet.
Oh no, that actually kept me going, because Chris Orchard sorted me out with that. Thanks, Orchard, if you're listening.
So did you enjoy it?
Absolutely loved it. Yeah. Apart from, we had three punctures over the course of the day.
Yeah.
I think we set off at about 10:30 maybe. I got home at around 3:30 maybe. I can't remember. But we had quite a few punctures. We stopped for a cup of tea. We also stopped for Jono's impromptu swim that he wanted to do. So our friend Jono, he's an interesting character. But
weird's the better way.
That was the way I was trying to say it. Really, it's a bit weird. He started off, "I think I want to swim today on the ride," and we were like, "It's freezing. What are you on about? You're not having a swim." And then all of a sudden he pulled away from the pack as we were riding, and we looked around. We were like, "He's getting ready for his swim." And we rode around the corner, and there he was getting his kit off, because there was this little lake. He ran into this field. He was like, "I'm going for my swim." So we all had to stand there. He was like, "Are you going in your pants?" "No, I'll skinny dip, I think."
Oh,
so there he was, straight in, and then he ran out in the nuddy. And we were all just stood there waiting to get on with the ride. And he was like, "Now I feel brilliant." And we were just like, "Oh."
This is a thing, though, isn't it? He's going for his Wim Hof ice baths every day. Well, he's been doing it for over a year now.
But so we had to wait for that. That was a weird part of the ride, but it was really good. It was really, I'm glad I went. I always wanted to go. I wanted to go last week, to be honest, but I was trying to be sensible. But we'll do it again. You'll have to come down when you're allowed.
Mate, I'd love to.
Get involved.
I did have major FOMO as I was kneeling in my bath grouting, and I thought I'll just have a quick look on Instagram. I put a little post on Instagram about, is anybody doing a worse job than this? And I actually had an incredible reply.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that.
Of course, I haven't got ready. It's from Emma Chapman on Instagram, because I said, is anybody doing a worse job than scraping off the silicone of a bath? And she said, oh no, that was not it. Oh, this is great.
Come on, Dermot. Don't have to build the tension this much.
I can't find the exact message, but the basically said, I'm sure it was. Anyway, sorry, I'm losing the will.
Come on.
She said that she just spent the last hour cutting solidified dog diarrhea cags from the back of her dog's bum.
Oh.
Yeah. Lots of heaving. That is disgusting. So
Cutting
actually,
it?
Yeah, like
What's
cutting
that
it
mean?
off. Cutting the hair, like diarrhea that was clogged in the hair of a dog's bum.
Oh, that's worse.
That
that's
is
worse
way
than
worse.
grouting.
That is way worse. We went for a walk in Sutton Park on Sunday.
Yeah.
Around the corner, which is very idyllic, very beautiful. And we walked around a bit. Lucy wanted to go get some clippings to make... why is everybody making wreaths all of a sudden? Just buy them. Just buy a wreath.
Oh,
Anyway.
you should see what Camilla's done here. I'll tell you in a minute. Carry on.
All right. So anyway, went to collect all of the stuff to make a wreath. So Lucy's made a wreath. But we finished off the walk with... They've got this... It's called Bracebridge Pool. And it's a little pool. It's like in between a lake and a pond. Quite big. Couldn't swim across it. Beautiful place. And there's a little coffee place down there. And it's, as you can appreciate, North Birmingham, very busy. Now, we got there and it was kind of 4 o'clock-ish. And so it was getting dark, but it was still kind of bright, if that makes sense. But there was a fog over the lake and it was so beautiful. And at this Bracebridge, at the place, they're pumping out this beautiful music. So it was really nice. It was like really mysterious with this beautiful music, and we all get these hot chocolates and we walk down onto the edge and we're standing there and there's families all to, as far right and as far left as you look, and my kids are there, everybody's behaving lovely, dogs playing nicely, and it's all just, and Lucy gets a phone out to take some pictures. It's like, whoa, this is absolutely amazing. And we're standing there on the edge looking out. It's like quite quiet, everybody's just really enjoying it, and all of a sudden you hear Sonny go, "Hey!" and then launches his hot chocolate cup straight to the middle of the lake.
What?
Just lobs his litter just straight into the lake, and I turn around and look at him, and he smiles at me. He's like, "It was me." I was like, "What are you doing?"
Well, hang on. So he'd finished it. He'd finished
his hot
it,
chocolate.
and then just threw his litter in the lake.
My 3-year-old son lobbed his mug. Everyone saw it. Literally everyone there saw it. So I look, and it's gone properly. How he summoned the power or the strength to lob this cup, totally out of reach. So I'm there going, well, I'm not going in to get it. It's -7 degrees Celsius, and everyone's kind of. I can feel everybody looking at me, and so I turn around and I go, "You naughty boy," because I can't hit him. I mean, if we're on our own, I'd have hit him. No, of course I wouldn't. But I can't hit him. I'm trying to discipline him by telling him off. He's laughing because he doesn't respond to telling off. And I'm just thinking, this is the worst. So I like frog march into the bushes, snap off a log, and I'm trying to fish this cup out.
What, make an effort so everyone else can see you making an effort, even though you're never going to get it?
No, well, actually, I did get it. I did.
Did you?
Because we're on this, it's high up as well. You're on a wall. You're about probably 6 foot above the water. It's about a 6 foot drop down.
Yeah.
So, but eventually I get it and I got it in, and
So was it a polystyrene cup that he'd you can't throw a polystyrene cup that far though, can you?
Well, it was like a
had
cardboard.
he screwed it up?
No,
okay.
But it would just, I think the being 6 foot high and just the launch he gave it, and it went.
Did people kind of like give you a nod of like, well done when you got it out or anything?
Really. No, not really.
They'd already judged you.
I sulked off the back. Oh, his child's not very well trained if he can't keep his litter to himself. Well, that's what it felt like anyway. So, yeah, that was a nightmare. And then last night, you're not going to believe this, with 1 minute, 10 seconds to go on the clock.
Go on, quick.
We had burglars last night.
No, you didn't.
Lying in bed. I'm lying
Stop
in
the
bed.
clock. You can't do a minute on this.
Lying in bed last night at 12:05, and all of a sudden, downstairs, I hear... And I open my eyes and I think, that's not the pipes, it's not the kids. And then I hear across the floor, because we've got wooden floors downstairs. It's vaulted. And I'm thinking, okay. And I sit bolt upright and I'm like, right, can I actually hear this? I can hear it again. I'm like, there's someone down there. So I turn to Luce and I go, Luce, I need you to come with me just as backup. And I walk out and I walk down onto the stairs, and we've got a glass balustrade and we've got 2 glass doors. And as I look through into the kitchen, the moonshine is coming in through the back door, shining like moonlight. And I see the legs walk through the moonlight.
Oh my God.
So I like freak out, panic. I'm in my pants. My nipples go erect. I get flipping massive, crazy goose pimples. I'm getting the fight or flight reflex, so I know that it's now I've got all my strength because the adrenaline's kicked in. So I run upstairs, I grab my loft ladder hook to unhook my loft ladder, and I go, Luce, there's someone downstairs, I'm going to attack him, I'm going to go for it. So I come back downstairs with the pole, and I kind of clump down the stairs, I make some noise, I'm like, I'm coming down! And I hear the again, and I look through, and I turn all the lights on, and I burst into the door, and it's my cat fighting with a mouse.
What?
Yeah. And it wasn't someone at all, it was my cat. And I was absolutely, like, fizzing on adrenaline. I was standing there in my pants with a loft ladder as a weapon. And there's my cat, like, fighting with this mouse on the floor.
But you said you saw legs.
Well, it must have been the cat. I was convinced in my head I had seen legs.
You had me on the flipping...
Mate, you try standing in my flipping pants at 12:05 on the stairs.
Oh, my God.
I was absolutely petrified. I was, like, convinced I was about to have a fight with an intruder. I don't know why I didn't get changed first. And the worst thing was, when I went back up...
Skin on skin fighting.
Hang on, why would he be in his skins?
I don't know. I was just picturing something else.
Hang on, mate. Hang on. Can you just get unchanged first?
Yeah, come on.
Gendle says this is how it has to happen.
This is how it goes down. Flipping it. Do you know what?
It's every man's worst fear, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Every man's worst fear. I'm starting the clock. Sorry, I didn't mean to mislead you, but I just wanted you to feel exactly what I felt, which was like...
Flipping did. But when you were saying it, I was like, I was on tender hooks, as my sister would say, like waiting for the answer. But I was a bit like, my brain was a bit like, why didn't he start the podcast with this? This is massive news. A burglary.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But no, you told it very well.
Thanks,
especially
man.
with the detail of the erect nipples and all that. That was really...
Yeah, I was fizzing on adrenaline. Properly fizzing. It was like one of them... But, yeah, you know, all heroes go towards danger, don't they? Is that what Captain America said?
I would have been down there straight away. I probably wouldn't have asked my wife for backup as well. I would have just gone. I'd have been going, wait here, whatever you do, don't come down.
What I actually said to my wife is, just so you're fully aware, what I actually said was, hey, Luce, film this.
I did quite like the fact you did that. Hey, Luce, I need you for backup.
I need you to back up because if I get attacked and stabbed and I'm dying, I need to tell you my bank pin code.
And film it in vertical because the kids it'll get way more viral on Reels. So just do not film it in flipping landscape, whatever you do.
There we go. Do you do anything on Sunday?
After my bike ride, I got to give a shout out for Mills. Made the best roast I've ever had in my life, which has never tasted so good after a ride. And then then what did we do? No, just hung out. Spoke to Big Eddie, didn't we, last night? Well, that was it.
We did.
Yeah,
very
good.
Nice. All right, now listen. Normally at this part of the show, we would be saying to you, go and leave us a review. Please leave us a review. We need your reviews, but we're not going to do it this week, are we?
No, you kind of just did in a way, though, didn't you?
But
you reminded them.
No, but they don't have to because I actually went and checked, and we've had some really lovely messages, review messages. I took them as messages, but they are reviews. But just wanted to say a Whoppertron thank you. Gendle is going to treat you, all of you, to a free beer. 100% Milnesy, Matt Do, Steve Paintner,
Hattie Webster. Hattie Webster, Deck Johnson, John O'Verity, 123.
Fuller London, Gaz Vogan, Benoit.
Toddy C, The Real Tomps, Maltese Hayes.
Benny Boy 39 and Mike Dryber. Mike, I mean, he obviously edits the podcast, so...
a review is a review.
Yes, they are. But thanks for that. That was really nice to read those reviews. So,
yeah, and if you go and leave one now, we'll give you a shout out.
You can join the free pint list.
Yeah.
Because we're going to keep that list. Absolutely. Thanks for listening. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
See you next week. Have a good week. Bye.